Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all really well wherever you are joining me from today. So as we all know, fashion is a bit of an investment. It's something we should consider, take time to think about so that we don't make any wasted purchases, waste our money, waste our time, etc. So I came up with today's concept in order to help you with that, to narrow down your purchases and make sure you kind of aren't putting your money in the wrong places. So it's all about where to save in your wardrobe and then where I think you should be investing your money, because I think you can find really good pieces out there at very affordable prices, but I also think you can't with some of the pieces. So let's get into the video where I will go into depth a bit with all of these things. So I'm going to start off on where I think you should actually spend your money. And the first is coats. And by spend, I don't mean spending hundreds and hundreds and thousands on your coats, but I think going for something a little bit better quality will be worth its weight in gold. For one, you wear your coats all the time. You can wear it year after year. So investing in a good one, I think, is key. Also, a coat is something that most people see on the outside. It's something, you know, you're going out, you're going to have your coat with you at all times. So it's definitely one that people will notice. And I think if it isn't good quality, then everyone's going to see that. And I think there's something about a coat when it's not great quality. I think it really shows. So I'm going to put a few examples of everything I talk about today on the screen. So if you are looking to purchase any of these pieces, then I've got some options for you. But this really is just to help you when you're shopping and deliberating pieces. But I thought I'd include some examples as well in this of pieces that I thought were worthy investments. But also, like I say, these are not going to break the bank either. They're just a little bit more pricey than some of the pieces you can buy. So I definitely think coats is one that you should put a little bit more money into. On the track of coats is my next thing that I think you should spend a bit more money on, and that is blazers. Again, I do think you can tell when a blazer is very poorly made with poor fabrics. I think it can really show through. And there are some high street brands that do blazers really well in great quality, but there are a lot out there that I think the quality just isn't there. And I just think for some reason in a blazer, I don't know what it is. I think it's maybe because it's a tailored piece. It just seems really obvious when something doesn't seem great quality, especially if it's black, like the one I'm wearing. Sometimes they can look very shiny and just not great looking. So I think it is worth investing in a blazer. This one I'm wearing is the Arket one that they do all the time. It's like their running blazer, and I think they do it in 2 different colors, but it's a really good investment. And like I say, Arket isn't hundreds and hundreds of pounds, but it is just a little bit more pricey than some of them out there. And with a blazer, they're also timeless. So I think if you are investing, then I think you will really get your money's worth out of it. So next is trousers. And I think in particular, maybe like a wool or a wool blend, that kind of heavier winter trouser, I don't really think you can skimp on just because of the quality. Again, it's a little bit like the blazer. When you're going for those heavier fabrics, I think that is where you should invest in. I think you can find summery trousers that maybe are very affordable, but I think when it comes to autumn, winter, you need a better quality fabric. A better design. I've got some really nice navy ones to show you from Cezanne. Cezanne do the best quality pieces, especially things like blazers and coats. I don't think you can go wrong with Cezanne pieces. I would say as well, when you are thinking of investing, goes without saying really, but classic colors that you know you can get loads of wear out of within your wardrobe, and don't go for trend-led shapes. Just go for classic shapes, simple and kind of straight legs or subtle wide legs, nothing too bold and out there that you know you can really get your wear out of. And then my final thing is more of an accessory, and that is belts. I do think you can tell the difference between a nice quality belt and something that looks quite plasticky. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure there are the exceptions out there, but on the whole, I think a leather belt is a really good option to go for, or just something that is more of a quality material. And also just the craftsmanship, you don't get any of the fraying, you just get more of a natural effect with it. So I'm linking a few belt options because I'm loving belts at the moment, but I do think it's worth spending a little bit more. And as I keep reiterating, you don't need to spend a fortune. You don't need to go for a designer belt that will cost you £300 for this. You can definitely find more affordable versions, but just go for those slightly better quality pieces, and I think it will really stand you in good stead. And if you just go for a really classic belt, I think I've got one from COS that's just like a black and gold classic belt. You'll be able to wear this on repeat, summer, winter, autumn, spring, for years to come. Okay, let's get on to the next section where I think you can save a bit of money on. If you want to, you can by all means buy higher end versions of these. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying, obviously a lot of us are on a budget. So if you're kind of planning what you want to invest in, I would say you can buy affordable versions of these following things. So the first is jeans and denim in general. I have had jeans of all different prices, and I don't really think there's much in it, to be quite honest. I think you can buy really affordable jeans. No one really knows where they're from. You can't really tell, I think, when you're looking at them. I also don't think you can tell when you're wearing them. I've had really, really comfortable jeans that have cost me £25 from Zara, and they've also lasted really well. I find that denim doesn't really wear. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I do find whatever the denim, I don't think it wears out particularly. I would say with denim, I personally try and not wash it too much if I can avoid it, especially with trousers. I feel like they don't need washing as much. To be honest, I do this with all my pieces. I try and not overwash anything, and I try really hard to follow the instructions as well. And I do think that does make such a difference to the longevity of your pieces, no matter what the price. This might be a bit unexpected, but I definitely think you can save money on a trench coat. There are some really nice trenches out there, and I think because they are a bit of a lighter weight cotton, I do think you can get a more affordable version of that as opposed to like a wool heavy coat. I think sometimes like denim, cotton is cotton, denim is denim, and I think trench coats, you can get really, really good ones out there. I think because they are lighter weight, maybe they're a bit more affordable to actually make and manufacture, so that the price points can be a bit lower. Don't get me wrong, I love a really great high-end kind of trench, but I think you can definitely save money on that if you want to, and there are some really great options out there. Next are sweatshirts. A while ago, I purchased 2 sweatshirts that looked really, really cool in shape and design from a designer brand, and I think they were around £100. So very, very expensive, I personally think, for a sweatshirt, and they arrived, and yeah, they're okay. They're nothing I don't think you could get for half of that price, if not less. So I don't think it's really worth it. I think a sweatshirt is a sweatshirt. The fabric isn't going to vary that much. I spoke a lot about my Under the Stories one, which is a great cut fit quality. So something like that in that kind of price point, I think is a really good option, but you don't need to invest in this. Don't kind of be fooled by marketing, things like that. I think I was a little bit when I bought those sweatshirts. I do wear them, I do like them, but I don't think they are worth that price. I also think you can save money on t-shirts. Obviously, t-shirts get a lot of wear in your wardrobe. You do have to replace them. They get stained, they get marked, the white goes out of them. You can do a lot to preserve that as much as possible, which I try and do, but inevitably they do have kind of shelf life. So I don't think you need to spend an absolute fortune on t-shirts. Some are really great quality from the high street. My Uniqlo one that I'm wearing today, I am obsessed with Uniqlo t-shirts. The quality is great. They're really, really affordable, and they do some great cuts and shapes. Arket do really great t-shirts as well. I think those are £35, but I don't think it's worth spending much more than that, to be honest, because you are going to replace them. And as I say, you can find great ones out there for really good prices. Finally, I don't think you need to spend that much on trainers if you don't want to. So obviously there are so many brands out there that do ridiculously priced trainers, or sneakers as you call them in the US. However, I don't think they're necessarily always worth the quality, especially these ones that are hundreds of pounds. I think you can find trainers for a much better price that are just the same quality. You can also find really good designs on the high street. M&S do some great, really comfortable trainers that definitely don't break the bank. Same with H&M, Zara. There are so many options out there. It doesn't have to be a label or a brand to be a comfortable trainer. And as I say, I think the quality is pretty much the same, whether you buy something mega expensive or just, you know, for an affordable price. So I think you don't need to spend a lot of money on trainers. I'd love to know if you would add anything to either of the lists. I would find that really interesting, but I do think these are some core pieces that I think you should either invest in or save in. So I hope you found it useful for when you go out shopping, looking for new pieces. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe before you exit the video. It will just make sure that I pop up on your homepage so you know when I've posted a new video, if you are, of course, interested in my videos, which hopefully you are, if you've stuck around to the end. Everything will be linked below. Also, for most of my pieces, you can go and find them on my LTK page. That will also be linked in the description box. It's basically just like a shoppable version of Instagram. All my content's there with lots of my favorite products, etc., and things that I've been wearing. So if you can't find anything, have a look there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.